Reinventing your identity is the act of letting go of who you think you are and consciously deciding who you want to become. Most people operate from an identity they didn't choose. Welcome to day 15, Reinvent Your Identity. So for the first section, we're going to talk about what does it mean to reinvent your identity. So since most people operate from an identity they didn't choose, they would say things like, I'm just not confident. I've always been the quiet one. That's just the way I am. Those are some indicators. Give me one second. Chewing on a cough drop. I've been out sick. My nose is real stuffy, but we're going to get these videos done. And I'm going to upload all 15 videos for the end of the challenge today, because I told myself I'm getting this challenge done no matter what. Bear with me here. But those identities were formed through experiences, pain, conditioning, and often survival. Reinvention is reclaiming your narrative. You are not your past. You are the author of your future self. This also goes back into my other videos about your future self, how to plan that out. So reinventing your identity is writing out the future for your future self. This is important because if you don't change your identity, your behaviors will always return to the old script. That's why most people yo-yo in growth. They try to fix the outside, but never rewire who they believe they are. So you throw a yo-yo out, you might see a little bit into the future, come back and you do the same thing. Yo-yo out, go back into the future, or go into the future and then come back and be your old self. So in this video, we're going to go over how to rewrite your identity. So why people stay stuck in their old identity is because we often cling to old versions of ourselves out of fear. Fear of judgment from others, the fear of being fake, fear of leaving comfort zones behind, and the fear of not being good enough for the new version. So self-doubting thoughts, all those things. I have videos on all of those videos to how to get rid of them. But I am identifying what makes up someone that stays in their old identity and does not rewrite their future. The identity, no matter how painful, has certainty. And the brain prefers a predictable pain over unfamiliar power. So you would rather sit and procrastinate rather than looking at your future self and knowing that the actions that you do today to move towards that will help build your self-image. Understanding this helps people realize they aren't broken, they're just attached to safety. Reinvention isn't about ego, it's about alignment. So you're probably at level 0 right now, trying to get to level 100. You can't get to that unless you see level 10, level 20, level 25, level 30. You can't do that. And when you try to move on to the next level, you would rather go through that level bearing the same pain over and over again than rather getting to the finish line or the next level. So here are some practical tips for you. Write down everything your old self would say. Then write down what your future self would say instead. Begin replacing those lines in real life. That's inner rewriting. So instead of saying, or your old self would say, I'm a procrastinator. Your new self would say, I am focused on my tasks and achieving my goal. Sorry. My nose is really stuffy. I'm always messing up words. That's just what I do. So, section 3 are some practices to reinvent your identity. The first one is the daily identity declaration. Every morning, write or say, I am the type of person who, and then follows through, speaks with purpose, shows up even when it's hard, and this will rewire your subconscious. The second one is to visualize the new you. I have a video on how to visualize your future self. So the second tip leads into another video, which you can watch. But here's the basic overview. Sit with your eyes closed for 5 to 10 minutes. Picture how your future self walks, dresses, speaks, and interacts with people and things. You need to tap into your inner self and feel the emotions. Your brain does not distinguish real from imagine. Okay? Okay. The next one is to live as if it were true. Each day ask, what would my future self do right now? Then do it no matter how small. This builds congruency. So if you live as something's already true, eventually you'll get to the point where that thing really is true, because you imagining what your future self does, you will eventually start acting out what your future self does and get to that goal or achievement that you've wanted to acquire. Section 4, your past wasn't a prison, it was a preparation. Reinvention isn't pretending your past didn't happen. It's about turning your wounds into wisdom. Your past taught you what doesn't work. Now you get to choose what does. You are allowed to let go of the version of you that kept you small. You are allowed to evolve, even if others don't understand. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to arrive. Your identity isn't a mask. It's a home you're finally building, one that fits the real you. And if you want to go deeper, comment reinvent in the comments, and I will reply to your comment. I will also need you guys to click the links in the description, join the like-minded community, try booking, or don't try booking, do book a 30-minute free session call through my Zoom, which will be in the link in the description. All the rules are in that Zoom chat right when you pop in. So yeah, book a call. I have a free 30-minute one, or you can pay and do a $100 60-minute session. Remember, guys, to like, comment, subscribe, and if I've helped you out today, comment thank you, and share it with your friends, your family, your peers, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister.